Karibuni sana wale ambao tuko hapa kwa kanisa na wale ambao wanatutazama katika runinga yetu Meadow of Praise, katika Facebook na pia kwa mitandao yote ya kijamii. Siku ya leo tutajifunza mambo muhimu katika uongozi, na katika somo letu la leo tutaangalia uongozi ni kitu gani, na tukiangalia uongozi ni kitu gani pia tutaangalia kiongozi ni nani. Kutoka kiongozi ni nani, tukipata wakati tutaangalia roles of a leader, roles of a leader au majukumu ya kiongozi, na mwisho tutajaribu kuona qualities of a good leader. Kwa kipindi chetu cha kwanza siku ya leo tunadhani tutafanya hayo mambo mane. Tuangalie ya kwanza, what is leadership? Uongozi ni nini? Uongozi ni kitu gani? Uongozi kwanza tunasema it is a function of knowing oneself. Yani ni jinsi ya kujijua wewe mwenyewe. Unajijua namna gani? Wakati Mungu alikuumba ukiwa kiongozi, na mpaka ujue uongozi wako uko sehemu gani. Leadership is not born, but immediately utajua uongozi ambao Mungu alikupa uko wapi au ni gani. Wakati huo ndio leadership inazaliwa ndani yako, because that leadership is the one that we are supposed to serve humanity, because leadership is all about serving humanity. So tunasema it is a function of knowing oneself and having a vision. Huwezi kuongoza watu bila kujua unawapeleka wapi. Ni lazima kuna mahali unapeleka watu wa Mungu. Kwa hivyo tunasema you must have a clear vision, and this clear vision must be communicated and well communicated to the people you are leading. Kwa hivyo yale maono ambao utakuwa nayo ni lazima uhakikishe yameeleweka na wale watu ambao unafanya nini? Unawaongoza. That is leadership. Now the other thing about leadership is building trust among the people you are leading. Ni lazima watu wakuamini. Ni lazima uaminike ndio watu wakufuate na wapate yale mambo unawaambia, na waishukue na watembee naye. So it is taking effective action to realize your goals and vision and also mission. Wakikuamini wataweza kufuata maono yako. That is vision. Alafu goals, malengo ambayo uko naye kwa kuendeleza yani the area of your operation. Kama wewe ni kiongozi wa ushirika au kiongozi wa uibaji, unataka uibaji ufike mahali gani? Ni lazima uwe na maono haya, na haya maono ukiyauzia wale ambao ni wa kile kikundi, watachukua kulingana na vile utakuwa umewaeleza. Then kuna what we call mission. Mission ni ile njia utafuata ili ufikishe nini? Ukifikie lengo lako. For you to get to your vision, there is the mission, or what you are going to do to get to your destination, because vision is your destination. Na kwa hivyo lile gari utatumia ili ufike kwa that destination which we are calling the vision, ndio tunaita mission. Ni mikakati gani utaweka? What strategies are you going to put in place so that you can realize your goals and your mission? Ukishafanya hayo mambo yote, then utapata watu wanakufuata kwa njia iliyoeleweka, wakijua tunaelekea toka wapi, tunaelekea wapi, njia ni hii mpaka tufike mahali fulani. So in short, tunasema leadership is influence. Uongozi ni ushawishi. Of late, we have had so many stories in the media about somebody who has convinced his followers about a certain vision. Na hata kama hii vision ilikuwa inawaangamiza, alikuwa na ule ushawishi mpaka akafanya wale watu wamfuate na waangamie. Kwa njia yake, hata kama alikuwa anatumia njia ambao sio ya kiungu, yeye ni kiongozi ambaye anatumiwa na mamlaka fulani, because he was able to convince so many people na wakamfuata. Kwa hivyo uongozi ukitumiwa kwa njia nzuri, kwa njia ya kiungu, inaelekeza watu to the destination au mwisho wa jambo fulani ambalo mnataka kulifanya. Kwa mfano, tuchukue kanisa kama hili, au tuseme dini kama hii yetu ya Solid Rock. We know our mission. Our mission is to reach the unreached. How can we get to that destination? It is through open airs. It is through crusades. Because ours is to go out there and win souls. And when every member of this church realizes that our goal is to reach the unreached, watatumia kila njia, ili kama ni crusade tunaenda hakuna mafuta ya nini ya petroli ya kuweka what generator tuende nje, utaona watu wakijitolea bila kufanya nini, kusukumiwa, because there is an influence. You have shown them the importance and they know why they are doing it. And after all, this is the only mission that Christ left to mankind. Hii ndio tu tulipewa na Yesu Kristo. Go and preach the good news to the whole world. Wakati washirika wanajua hivyo, and they know that your destination, they will not be forced to do things. Watakufuata. And this is why we are saying leadership is all about influence. But you cannot influence people without telling them the truth. Ni lazima uwaonyeshe njia and the truth where they are going. The other example is about now what we are about to do. Tuko na maono ya kununua uwanja. Until and unless people understand the importance of buying a plot, we will always be having problems trying to persuade people to contribute towards buying the plot. But once they see that our children do not have somewhere to go at, have their Sunday lessons, once they know that this is a generation that will take after us, will take over after us, they will not contribute towards that project. But once they are made to understand, they will be able now to buy that vision. They will run with it, and we will not get a problem in coercing them to contribute towards buying the same plot. I hope I'm understood as far as what leadership is. It is influence. It is giving people direction. It is having a clear vision of where you are going or what you want to do as a leader of a certain group or the group that you are leading. And the next one is, now that we know what is leadership, then who is a leader? Who is a leader? According to many philosophers, it is said that we are all leaders, but we don't know ourselves, because we keep on asking ourselves, if we are all leaders, who are we going, who will be led and who will lead the others? You are only supposed to lead in one area, the area of your gifting. Area of your gifting. That is section that God created in you. It is in your blood that this is what I feel good doing. This is what I feel good serving mankind. Not only those that are in charge, even out there. What are you good at? What do you feel good and proud doing? Because once you do something because you are being paid, then that is not leadership. When you become a true leader, or when you realize your area of operation, you enjoy doing it with or without supervision, with or without payment, and you do it without any reservation. And what you wait for is maybe malipo kutoka kwa Mwenyezi Mungu. And sometimes you even forget, because it is something that you enjoy doing. Are we getting somewhere? So we are saying a leader is a person who has the potential to influence members of a group she or he is leading to execute organizational change or group change. You realize that something is not going on. You convince a group of people that this one is not right. We cannot tolerate this one to keep on happening. When that feeling gets into you, and then you get one or two people to do the same, to feel the same, sorry, then you create that change that other people are not seeing. And it is not that they don't see, it is because that gift is not in them. Maybe one area in this whole establishment, each one of you or various people are given different gifts, and these are the gifts that they are supposed to serve us in. For example, we've been talking about Lucy. She is not here. If you see her in an altar here, the way she sees, the way she praises, you just definitely know that this is who could see or kujifanya. It is in her. This is a gift that is in her, and this is how she can serve her maker. This is how she can serve, because once you serve humanity, you are serving who? Your maker. You are serving God. I'm just giving you that as an example, because we all enjoy when we see her praising God. There are those people who are gifted in prayers, that when they start here, they started praying, sisi zote tunazama. There are those who preach, and then you ask, why can't we bring us that preacher again? I remember there is a preacher who was brought here some times back, and he was preaching about foundations. He is Reverend who from Pipeline. Can't remember him, but Martin. And what he taught us, and it was in an evening, I think ilikuwa ni kesha. It is still in me about foundations, because he knew what he was doing, and he was able to convince me and many others that whatever we are going through, most of it is coming from our foundations, kutoka kwa kwale zetu mahali tulitoka. A leader is also able to express a vision of the organization and persuade others to do the same. A leader should also understand the department that they are heading, in and out. You must understand that department, and that department should go in line with what the organization is aiming at. What is the aim of the organization? So whatever you do, different groups in that organization, they should all aim towards achieving the goals and the vision of that organization. So in our praise and worship, we should be aiming at reaching the unreached, because that is our agenda as Solid Rock Fraternity. The other groups the same. But when you come to other departments, why should we have chairs like the ones we are having? People are touched and they feel the need to replace the ones that are there. This is a gift, and they are serving humanity in that area of gifting that God gave them. There are so many people with millions of money, and they cannot do the same because it is not in them. But when something is in you, you are ready to even give out yourself. You are ready hata kujinyima so that you do what you feel is right. Now when that happens, you are in line in what we are calling serving humanity in your area of gifting. And it is important that we all discover what is the purpose of my coming here. What was in God when He created me? Ask yourself that question. Because I don't want to go to the grave with what God put in me to serve humanity. And once you discover that and do what is needful, then you are a leader. A leader should also prioritize events for the future agenda of the organization. Ni lazima uweke vipaumbele vitu kulingana na programming of the organization. For example, in an organization like this one, there are those things that we need before other things. And this is why you as a person or a group of people need what we need to call a SWOT analysis. In prioritizing or in arranging things in order of importance and urgency, you must do what we are calling SWOT analysis. And the word SWOT, for those who are writing, it is spelled as SWOT. SWOT. S standing for the strength. I'll explain each one of them. Strength. W standing for weakness. O standing for opportunity. The opportunity. And T standing for threat. Now, if we may start with the first one, S, strength. In an area like this, maybe there is a project that we want to undertake. What strength do we have? What strength do we have? Maybe we have a congregation that is not forced to do things. That is a strength. When you have a congregation au washirika ambao hawasukumiwi kutenda mambo, wanatajiwa jambo na wanatembea nalo, that is a strength in church. That even when they earn very little, they are able to do that because they are convinced that that is the right thing to do. That is a strength. Any other strength? We can brainstorm. Any other strength? Having visionary leaders, that could also be another strength. Visionary leaders, viongozi ambao wanaona mbele. Kama hatungekuwa na viongozi kama hawa, hatungekuwa na kanisa kama hili. Tungekuwa kwa ile nyumba tulikuwa ya nini? Ya bao. So it is a strength to have visionary leaders, those leaders who are leading you. This one includes the pastoral team and the other leaders, elders, leaders of praise and worship, leaders of choir, follow-up, which is very important according to me. And this is where you should now come to understand me. Follow-up, according to me, is one of the most important section or department as far as Solid Rock Fraternity is concerned. You might ask me why. Because our vision is to reach the unreached. So when we go out for crusades and about 50 or let's say 10 people get saved, and then there is nobody to follow them, we are happy we have won souls, 10 souls. And I remember Mzee Aya here, coming from Ethiopia, he says 1,000 souls were won. And that is something to celebrate, because even one soul is worthy celebrating. If this team is active and it is given power in form of resources, because maybe they cannot do all they need to do by themselves. Maybe the number is very small and they want to see like 20 people who got saved, and maybe 2 or 3 Sundays they were not seen in church. You don't go empty-handed in those homes, isn't it? You go with a kilo of sugar. And maybe the pockets and the economy maybe is not very good. Telling these people to go empty-handed, they feel, even if it is their call, even if this is their area of gifting, as human beings, they feel that this is not what this is not right. According to my feeling, siwezi kuona mshirika na ni mgeni na sina chochote kwa mkono. So it is the responsibility of this team to make us understand that according to our vision, we are going backward instead of going forward. Because we win souls, and immediately we win them, we let them get back to the world. And once they convince us leaders, they convince us here. There are those people who are ready to give whatever little they have to win back those souls. That is one area, a very important section of this church, the follow-up team. They must give us clear direction on how to contribute positively towards value addition. Value addition and contributing positively is when we come in when needs arises to realize our goals and our vision. All that is leading us to service. All what I have discussed is service work. And therefore, we find a leader, another definition is the one who serves others. And you can find this one in the scriptures of servanthood. You can go to, because of time, you can go to Mark chapter 10, verses 42 to 45. You get leadership as a servanthood. You can also look at Matthew chapter 20, verses 26 to 28. We also have Proverbs 11:14. I hope you are writing. At the Psalms 78:74. Now let us look at the role of a leader. The first one is to give direction. Every leader must give direction. Tusikae kama buzi. Nasikia kodoo peke yake ndio hawana viongozi. Hakuna kodoo kiongozi. All other animals have leaders, but kodoo hawana kodoo kiongozi. And this is why sometimes wakati reli hapa ilikuwa inatembea, wakiingizana fisho namna hiyo, when it is raining, they are all hit by the train and they die. Because there is no leader to tell them, there is a train coming, let's jump from side to side. So one role of a leader is to give direction, au kuhamasisha wengine mwelekeo, au kuonyesha wengine mwelekeo. The leader also motivates people he leads. Anapea motisha. He motivates. How do you motivate the group that you are leading? There are so many ways of motivation. By complimenting them. Sometimes you can even compliment them. Hey, you look good today. You have done a good job today. Recognition is very important. It's very important. It is one way of motivating the people you read. Recognizing them in one way or the other. Kuna wimbo wa Kibirania ambao unasema utili udhuire kwendwo na nini nyendete gwika atia kwendwo. See, there is a song like this, like that we normally sing. Yes, that is to compliment. When somebody feels loved, that is a compliment. And once you compliment them, you motivate them to even go an extra mile and do much more than you expect them to do. So a leader is the one who motivates the group he is leading. But you know, humans, and is either from the beginning, from when they were created, and the section that we saw them being so difficult in the Bible is when they were led by Moses from Egypt to Canaan. They were so difficult that God was almost giving up, and Moses had to plead with them, with God. He had to plead with them. Now, if you kill these people, for sure they will say that that wasn't the main purpose of bringing them in the desert. It became so difficult, to a point of sometimes making their own God. Remember when Moses was out there on Mount Sinai. And that is not a small journey, a short journey. I remember in 2012, I went to Israel. And we had to climb Mount Sinai. You start the journey in the evening at around 8 p.m. and by the time you get to the peak, it is almost 6 in the morning. So it was not a short journey. And there are stages that you go to, you have to go and rest. Those of us who are weak, you cannot get along with the rest. There are some areas that are constructed for you to rest, so that you wait for the others and they come down, you come down with them. So God had to reprimand them on behalf of Moses. Although Moses pleaded with God, don't punish them, God made sure that none of them go to the promised land. They all perished in the desert. Only the offsprings, their offsprings, their children, Joshua and Caleb leading them, go to the promised land. Simply because they were so difficult to their leader Moses and to God himself. Even after seeing so many miracles, they still were difficult to Moses. So, as a leader, there will come a time when you have to reprimand some of your people. Because some people are difficult for nothing. Difficult for nothing. You try to do this good to them, try to do this to them, but they still keep on becoming difficult. And as a result, you have to reprimand them. Maybe we can, you can go to the scripture. Don't know whether I have it with me. There is a scripture about reprimanding. But as we go along, we might get it. So you must reprimand, and this is why a leader or a ruler is given permission. That is why they are even given a what? A sword. Because they say no leader becomes a leader without an authority from God. So God ordains them, and they are there for you to obey them. So when you are not obeyed by the group that you are leading, you are supposed to reprimand them, but in love. Should not be cruel to them, should reprimand them in love. We still have time. Let's go now to qualities. But before we go to qualities, there is develop objectives in line with the vision. Objectives ni malengo. Objectives ni lazima uwaonyeshe malengo ya vision. Zile malengo ambazo utatumia ili ufikie vision ya the department that you are reading. The other one is resolve individual group needs. Solve individual group needs. And as we proceed, this is a very big section on leadership, on how to solve individual group needs, and what we learn, conflict and conflict management. That will come later, about the conflict and the conflict management. So very quickly, let's go to qualities of a good leader. Qualities of a good leader. we've been saying that a leader is a servant. His work is to serve others. He is not a boss. He is a servant. And he is serving humanity not in any other area, but in the area that was input in him by God. That is what we call area of gifting. Area of gifting. Kile kipawa alipewa na Mwenyezi Mungu ili ahudumie walimwengu. That is what we are saying, that he must be a servant to the people. And that one can be seen in Mark chapter 10, I think chapter 10 verses 42 to 45. Servanthood. It is all about servanthood, and this is Jesus talking about servanthood. The next one is that they are selfless. Hawana ubinafsi. There is another quality of a good leader. They are selfless. Hawana ubinafsi. Ya tatu, they sacrifice their time and resources. So a good leader will be identified by the way he sacrifices his own time and resources. So once you use your time not for payment, naambia usimamie mjengo hapa, ukusafisha hapa, alafu you expect payment. That is not leadership, sorry. That is not leadership. Because in leadership, you sacrifice yourself, you sacrifice your time, and you sacrifice your resources. That is the other quality of a good leader. He sacrifices those three things. What are your resources? It includes money. It includes other things that you have and other people don't have. I want to thank my niece. Aliona tu kwa news vile watu wanakufa hapa na njaa Kenya. And she told me, uncle, can I send you money to buy 10 bags? And through Auntie's ministry, Mercy Ministry, make sure that maize goes to the needy. That is a leader. Somebody had thousands and thousands of kilometers, feeling that there are people who need help somewhere. She could have used that money in doing her own things or other things, but she thought, this money that God has given me can serve humanity. This is leadership. Na kama ni wengine wangejibakishia ngonia moja. Thank God I have a wife pastor. She said, unajua Safira and Ananias, I don't want a single grain in this house. Sikija zetu tutanunua, but let them go to the needy. So I had to go to the chief and told him about what is about to happen, and he told me all we need is law and order, because what we the administrators do, we are there for law and order. So make sure the people who will come there are the needy, and don't inform any other person except those, and inform them, not to inform others, so that people will not come and fight over that food. That is leadership by itself. Her money is there to use humanity. She sacrifices the resources to serve humanity. The next one is they are loving. Love is a virtue. every leader who is who is lacking in love is not a good leader. Or we can say he is not a leader. A leader is somebody who is loving. Because who is he serving? He is serving humankind, human race. By extension, he is serving God. And maybe God somewhere in heaven says, now I can rest. I can see Gideon doing the work I should be doing. I can rest. And that is good when somebody loves humankind. And you remember there is one, one of the greatest commandments, that you love each other. Once you love one another, surely you can never do them wrong. You'll cry with them. You'll suffer with them. You go through what they go through with them. That is love. Once you love yourself, you are told to love your neighbors, you love your own self. I wonder how many of us do that. Because I think if I'm told to do so, that is why we should always repent, because some of these things are hard to do. But we are called to do that. And it is Bible that we should love our neighbors. So tunasema wao ni wenye upendo, they are humble, ni wanyenyekevu. Anytime you see a leader who is not humble, that is not a good leader. And I don't know why, when somebody is elected to that position of leadership, instead of being servant to other people, to humankind, they ask to be served. When they are supposed to be humble, they are arrogant, very arrogant. And sometimes they even hire goons to deal with those that they feel they are they are not respecting them. So that one is not a good leader, a leader that is not humble. Kiongozi ni mtu mwenye ni mnyenyekevu, ni mtu anajua kunyenyekea ni kitu gani. Number 6, they are obedient, ni watiifu. They are obedient to the authorities, higher authorities. They are even obedient to the government of the day. They are obedient to those people that they live with. So obedience is a virtue of a good leader. Their integrity is unquestionable, ni waadilifu. And this is one area whereby we fall short of this virtue, integrity, uadilifu. Na uadilifu unakuja kwa kutokuwa waaminifu. So when your integrity is not questionable, people will trust you, people will follow you, people will recognize you as a good leader. Because we hautakuwa na mambo ingine fishy, things that are hidden. When you tell somebody I love you, it is out of their heart. Sio kitu ya ije ati ya kufurahisha, no. So integrity will also remind us that we should be satisfied with what we have. And more so those people who are entrusted with the resources that do not belong to them. Integrity is very key. The last one, they are honest, ni waaminifu. Ni waaminifu. You give them a responsibility, they do exactly what you want them to do. Na wakati mwingine uaminifu unaonekana mahali kwingi sana. And some people may test you to see whether you are faithful. Sometimes wakati nguo sinafuliwa na mamafua, unajua wale wanaitwa mamafua, sometimes unaweza kujua ni nani nitaachia nyumbani kwangu. I remember one time nilisahau tu wakati nilikuwa na pesa siku za hapo beleni kidogo, nikasahau 4,000 kwa mfuko. Na yule mama alifua nguo akakuta zile pesa bado ziko, akasipanga vizuri. Wakati mama alikuja akapewa, na pesa hii ni ya mzee, alisahau kwa nguo. That is being faithful. Somebody who is needy but her integrity is not questionable. That reminds me of somebody we left when we went to Mombasa. You know, we went there for a tour and for a wedding. I left somebody and I was paying him some money. And when we came back, he had harvested all the, we call them, avocados. Ati alikuwa nabeba na magonia. And he was always drunk. He also took maharagwe ya mama. Sasa naongea kuhusu integrity here and honesty. Akabeba vitu vingi mpaka nikamuuliza, you forgot that the groves kuna ya right na ya left. Sasa ulibeba sote za right, hata hii ambao umebakisha siwezi tumia, manake siwezi kutumia na mkono moja, sibebe zote bila unirudishia mkono huo mwingine. So that person is not honest. His integrity is questionable. With those few remarks, I beg to stop there because of time, and God willing, we'll continue. God bless you all.